When Emily Parker looked out the window of her small, worn-down apartment, she often wondered if life would ever change. She was 23 years old, working long shifts at a diner in Chicago, barely making ends meet. Her mother had passed away when she was young, and her father, though loving, had always struggled with jobs and finances. Emily grew up knowing the value of every penny, but she also carried big dreams inside her heart, dreams of becoming someone who could make a difference, not just for herself, but for everyone around her. Emily was known in her neighborhood as the girl who never gave up. Even when the bills piled up, even when the electricity was cut off for a week, even when she had to walk to work in freezing snow because she couldn't afford a bus ticket, she carried a smile. "Better days will come," she often whispered to herself. One evening, after another long day at the diner, Emily was wiping down tables when a customer struck up a conversation. His name was Michael Hayes, a middle-aged man with kind eyes and a calm presence. He asked her about her life, not just in a casual way, but with genuine interest. Emily hesitated, then shared that she was saving money to attend community college, hoping to study business and finance. Michael listened quietly, then said, "You have something most people don't: determination. Don't let that go." She didn't think much of the conversation at first, but a week later, Michael returned. This time, he brought her a book, an old, slightly worn copy of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. "Read this," he said. "It helped me when I had nothing." Emily thanked him politely, still unsure if reading could change her life. That night, though, she opened the book, and something inside her shifted. The stories of persistence, mindset, and vision filled her with new energy. She began writing goals on scraps of paper, taping them to her wall: save $500 in 3 months, start a small business, go back to school. Over time, Emily cut unnecessary expenses, took extra shifts, and even started baking cookies and selling them at the diner. Her cookies became popular among regulars, and within months, she had saved more money than she thought possible. Encouraged, she rented a small booth at a weekend market to sell her baked goods. At first, sales were slow, but Emily kept smiling and offering samples. Soon, people lined up not just for her cookies, but for her energy. Her positivity was contagious. By the end of the year, she had built a loyal customer base. But challenges kept coming. One winter storm destroyed her booth supplies, setting her back months. Another time, a bigger bakery tried to undercut her prices. Emily cried that night, feeling the weight of defeat. But then she remembered Michael's words: "Don't let determination go." She started again, this time smarter. She learned about online marketing, created social media pages for her business, and told her story openly: how she started from nothing, how she worked day and night to build something meaningful. People connected with her honesty. Orders started pouring in. With every new order, Emily reinvested. She rented a small kitchen space, hired 1 helper, then 2. By her 3rd year, her bakery, Sweet Hope, became a local favorite in Chicago. Reporters started writing about the young woman who went from waitress to successful business owner. Emily never forgot where she came from. Instead of living lavishly, she used her profits to create scholarship programs for young girls who couldn't afford college. "No one should feel like their dreams are too expensive," she often said. Years later, at the age of 30, Emily stood in her first official bakery cafe, bright, warm, and filled with the smell of fresh bread and cookies. Her father, older now but still her biggest supporter, smiled with pride. Michael, the man who had given her that book years ago, visited on opening day. Tears welled in Emily's eyes as she hugged him. "You believed in me before I believed in myself." From that day on, Emily's story wasn't just about wealth. It was about resilience, kindness, and giving back. She had gone from poor to rich, not just in money, but in purpose. And every time she looked around her busy cafe, filled with laughter, chatter, and hope, she knew the journey had been worth every struggle. Emily Parker became a symbol of hope in her community. And she often said to anyone struggling, "Your beginnings don't define your ending. Keep moving forward. Richness isn't only about money, it's about the life you build, the people you lift, and the love you share."